Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're back with Orb episode 20. Last time, episode 19, Draka and Yolenta have had a bit of a conversation. We also saw Novak at his old age, and apparently Patoki has died, and Novak is, why did I say his name like that? Novak is back on the case trying to destroy heliocentrism that took away everything, apparently, which is kind of the case, but kind of not, because there's that bastard, my most hated character in the show. What's his name? Fuck him. We're gonna see what happens this time. We had some interesting discussions last time as well, so consider checking that episode out, and also consider checking out the Patreon where you can get full uncut access reactions to anime, openings, endings, and eventually TV shows and movies. Right now we only have one movie on there, and that's Look Back. So if you look back at the Patreon, then you can catch that reaction. Alright, let's get into it.
ドラカさんから聞き取った写本と活字と不敬、母系、モールド、信じられる。
Who would know better than Yolenta?
娘はもう役割を果たしたというわけですか。消しますか。
それも考えたけど、印刷機貸すって約束しちゃったから。
大丈夫でしょうか。
そういう人には機会をあげたくなる。協力されづらいだろうから。
Right.
それと組織の今後
Some sympathy.
頼んだよ。私はここまでなので、この本を、いや、こういうものを出版できるようにするのが私の夢だから。
Novak. I love heliocentrism. Who said this?
数ヶ月前から怪しい動きをしているナヤの情報を。
Bro, if Novak says I love heliocentrism, or it might be Draka, whoever says it, I'm gonna jump out my window again and have to go to the hospital.
Oh.
I remember his name, Robert Lewandowski.
なぜあなたは人生も天国も棒に振ってまで。
His hair looks like a razor.
俺にはな、妹がいた。10歳そこらで病に倒れた。よくある話だよ。
Especially in this era. No antibiotics.
死ぬ間際に一言、極めて短く。私は何のために生まれたの？その問いに答えるため、神や宗教はある。
It's a very deep convo to be having at 8 a.m.
そして
I love it.
まま妹は死んだ。あの日以来、胸を張って神のためって言えるようになるにはどうすりゃいいか考え続けた。少なくとも異端を迫害するのは神じゃねえ。人だ。
Yeah.
誰もそれを主張しないなら、俺がする。宗教がなきゃ、きっと人はここまで強くなかった。遠く離れたどこかにも同じ神を信じる人がいる。いろんな辻褄が合わなくなってきて、あちこちで時代がきしむ音がする。俺らはきっと変革期に立ち会ってる。死を忌避するんじゃなく、肯定したい。それが俺の人生の命題だ。
Looking at the money in her hand, is it worth it for this compared to that deep ass? Well, I guess she has her own reason behind it and her own story, which you can't invalidate, but yeah.
しかし、こんな機械使うんですね。この手の技術が嫌いなんじゃ。
もちろん、技術を打倒するため技術を使うわけだ。私の故郷では神の解釈の違いで殺し合いが生じ、家族が殺された。問題の原因、根本を潰すしかない。これらのすべては人口が引き起こした惨事。
But aren't there a lot of great things that also come with man-made thing?
人の作るものな
Like books?
醜い模造品しかない。この雄大な自然を見ればわかるだろう。馬車、石弓、火薬、どれも醜い兵器ばかり。
Not true. Depends on the person using it, of course.
神の創造物だけが本物だ。人がつけ上がり、自然を理解したなどと勘違いするための技術など不要。私は人の知性を信じていない。
But doesn't that mean you don't believe in your own? That's a contradiction in and of itself. Well, I guess it is his own feelings. He said that last, like 2 episodes ago, that I guess his faith relies on feelings, so it's different than intellect.
アリストテレスも 技術は自然が成し遂げないことも成し遂げると。この布と血のついたお金は私の父の形見です。この二つは自然に生えてたものじゃない。人が人工的に作ったもの。人の作る模倣は時として自然が成し遂げないことも成し遂げる。もう出発らしいので別れのご挨拶をと。
ずいぶん礼儀正しいね。何か下心でも？
でも強いて言えばこの頭巾上等でいいなとか。
そう。じゃああげる。
瓶なんです？
中に手紙が入ってる。あの本の印刷と配布が済んだら郵送してほしい。先人への配慮。あなたが聞かせてくれたあの本に書いてあったでしょ？
私を信用できますか？
This whole thing is based on
あなたの過去とか。
just trust.
あなたは若いから。別の言い方で言うと、今はあなたたちが歴史の主役だから。
勝手に巻き込まないでくれます。私はその歴史ってのに関係
ある。なぜ人は記憶にこだわるのか。なぜ人は個別の事象を時系列で捉えるのか。神が人に学びを与えるためだ。つまり歴史は神の意志のもとに成り立ってる。
神の意志。
神はこの世にある悪を善に変える。それが神の意志。神は人を通してこの世を変えようとしてる。とどのつまり、人の生まれる意味はその企てに、その試行錯誤に、善への鈍く果てしないにじり寄りに参加することだと思う。悪と善、二つの道があるんじゃなく、
They're two sides of the same
一つ
coin.
の線の上でつながっている。でも歴史を切り離すとそれが見えなくなって、人は死んだら終わりだと有限性の不安に怯えるようになる。だから過去を無視すれば道に迷う。
抽象的すぎる。
私の父は異端審問官だった。私は父と全く違う道を歩いた。今父が何をしているのかは知らない。もう二度と会うことはないだろうけど。
Don't say that,
時
please.
々想像する。考えただけでそれは人生最悪の瞬間で、混乱して平静を失うと思う。でもその時にこそ正しいと思った選択をしなきゃいけない。
What would you do, bro? Don't say what you're gonna say. Don't say what I think you're gonna say.
積み上げた歴史が私の動揺を鎮めて、
No.
臆病を打破して、
Don't say that, bro.
思考を駆動させて、いざって時に引かせない。
なんで
Yeah, she can't
なん
understand
であ
that.
の本のためにそんな理屈こねてまで。
Yeah.
私は地動説を愛してる。
Clock what Raffle said in episode 3. You could also call it love. She loves it.
こっちに向かってる馬車が2台。騎士団だ。
Oh my god, tell me they're gonna meet. Please. Please tell me they're gonna meet.
ではみんなは裏口から逃げてください。森を抜けたところに馬車を止めてあるから。
Is that why she handed her the letter?
あなたたちは気づかれず逃げら
Because
れ
she
る。
knew that they were gonna have to fight
み
right
んなで
here?
目的地まで向かって。私はここに
Oh,
残って
she's-
彼らを引きつける。
What?
彼らの狙いは組織長である私だから。
でも
Please tell me no Vox there.
その
Please.
後は。
それ
If he's
は
not, I'm
あな
gonna
たの
punch my
考えることじゃない。
screen.
我々も移動を開始する。
They move without hesitation. Is he in the caravan? Oh, he is. He's right there. Look at him, bro. Their eyes are so... And he still has the rubber gloves.
必ず敵を撃ってくるからな。
Oh my god. Yo, don't kill her before... Bro, please...
組織長かと。
Please tell me they actually see each other. Don't bullshit me. Don't fucking bullshit. We're only halfway. Amazing. We're only halfway. Novak, you better get out and see who this is.
いかに
Oh,
も
she has a torch in her hand.
私が組織長だ。
Kind of dangerous. Don't fire. Oh my god. I fucking hate this episode. They're gonna... I fucking hate this shit. Novak might take the shit for her. Fuck this show. Didn't I say this was gonna happen? I'm gonna say it before it even happens. I'm gonna say it before it even happens. Of course, one of them is dying here. Maybe both, if the show really wants to hoe us. Maybe us. Maybe both, I mean. You motherfuckers, but I fucking hate this show. The torch in her hand. The torch in her hand, bro. Fuck this dumb ass, stupid ass show. And her hand is right there. The rubber glove's gonna fit her hand, bro.
組織長は死んだということだ。
The body's entirely blown up. This is the worst episode ever. I hate this episode. I despise this episode.
ナヤの方から煙が。ヨレンタさん、攻撃されたんじゃ。
いや、自爆だよ。敵の狙いは異端解放戦線のリーダーを潰すこと。これで叶った。解放戦線は表向きには崩壊したことにし、我々は無関係な新組織を装うことで改革派に接近できるようになる。何にせよ、組織長は考えた。そして決めたんだ。
Let Novak at least know that that was his daughter right there. Like, you don't have to do all that, bro.
任務遂行には干渉は不要だ。
Like, at least let him know that it was her.
我々にとって死は日常。
信念。
Are they really all
そう
that?
いえば君も言っていたではないか。あのコインに象徴される稼ぐという信念があるのだろう。ならばいずれ直面するはずだ。信念には対価が必要。命をかけられないなら口だけだ。ここから先は情と両立して進められる領域ではない。
And he's right. But at the same time, that's why Yolenta said that in the first place. Value those feelings aside from your convictions.
活字を椅子の後ろに隠せ。
Bro, y'all have no idea how pissed I am, bro.
ここの場所止まれ。全員降りてこい。
To be honest, I don't even really want to talk after that episode because the way Yolenta just blew herself up. I can't even talk. The way she just blew herself up right as he got out of the carriage, and yeah, we got no. Of course, we weren't gonna get the heartwarming reunion. I knew that, but I figured at least he would see her right before she was about to get blown up, and he was about to say like Yolenta or some shit. No, we didn't get none of that. We got nothing. We got no sacrifice. He was gonna run. No, none of that. Of course, why would we get that? This is Orb. This is Orb. They kill someone like 2 characters every 5 episodes, maybe every episode, maybe every other episode. You know, some character that we really, got to know and love. And this was a character that we've known since literally forever. By how long this show, usually introduces characters and kills them off. This is a character that we've known for quite a while. Literally, I don't know what episode exactly we met her in, but it's at least been half the show, right? So yeah. I think we actually met her in like 7 or 8 or something. Kinda sucks. Really sucks. Because I literally said in the discussion last episode that she was probably like maybe my favorite character, like second favorite character. She was like my favorite character probably. Novak 2. So to see that happen, it was just, shit. For lack of a better word. And I don't really want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about anything. Just a really tragic episode all around. Of course, it's an amazing show. But what they just did, you gotta applaud this show though. Their willingness to just kill characters. See, I'd much rather prefer this over just not killing characters ever. But I mean, or you gotta chill out, please. You gotta relax. You can't just kill our favorite characters, our protagonist every episode, just to prove that you can do it and just to make the story better. but I guess you can. I don't even know if the show has a season 2 or not. I said this in my discussion a few episodes ago. I don't even know if the show has a season 2 or not, or what's going on, or if season 1. I honestly hope this show is one season, because I feel like we could reach, the end. I feel like we could end it in one season. I feel like this is so you can end, right? Because if you, if they publish it in the books and stuff, and we hear all that, then what else do we really need? Because that was really like the focal point of this entire show. That was like the plot of this entire show since episode 1, heliocentrism. Beginning from that, we've begun from that point. So it kind of feel weird if we were to finish off with that and then start a brand new journey. But I guess we kind of had changed the the goals by the end of each, I guess you could call it arc. We have kind of changed that throughout. We started off with just studying heliocentrism and establishing that as not establishing that, but really trying to prove it. And we kind of had remained in that, that being the goal, the main objective that the characters are trying to prove. But, we've made a lot of progress along the way. We went from, doing the research, we went to, actually finishing off, I guess, the research, the main research, the theory, the publishing of the theory by Badeni. He carried that on. Oxy wrote a book about it, and that's the stuff that carried on into the future. And now the main goal is, publishing the book from a third, I guess, not really from the perspective of astrologist. I always forget those words. I've been watching this episode, but I still can't remember between astronomy and astronomy. So we switched from an astronomer's perspective to, I guess, kind of like a common man, their perspective. Someone that wasn't actually all that smart, had to learn how to read and write, how their journey was affected by heliocentrism. And then we kind of carried on into the future of Yolenta, trying to publish that, her creating the Heretic Liberation Front, freeing the heretics, fighting against the church directly, and winning. In some cases, I guess, you can't defeat the church, especially now with a little ass group of 3 musketeers. But they've done a lot, and now we have Draka, who's trying to publish or trying to get some money from it. So we kind of diverted the, I guess, the goals of the protagonist, and the internal struggle between all of them. It's been very interesting to see the differences in the characters' objectives, the differences in the history, and the time period that the characters live in. That was very interesting to see. Seeing how far heliocentrism has come, seeing how different the protagonists are from one another, and how their goals differ so much, but yet we still focus around heliocentrism. It's pretty funny. Focus around, get it? Because I did this circle. Yeah, I'm funny. But it's just been interesting to see how that has developed throughout the show, and I wonder how we're gonna end Draka's journey, because eventually we know she's gonna die for sure, or at least I think I know that, because we still have 25 episodes and we haven't really seen a character aside from Oxy, because Rafa got killed in 4 episodes, or three episodes, and then Oxy's has kind of the longest journey. But I do know that there is a phase of another. I said this a few episodes ago, how I saw kind of a minor spoiler of a character, another protagonist aside from Draka, and an opening. I haven't seen the opening, but I've seen the face. So yeah. Also, apparently Potoki has died, which sucks. I literally was gassing Potoki, and hoping we were gonna meet him for episodes now. I also thought Yolenta and Novak, maybe there was a perchance, there was there was a chance that they could reunite. But of course, as with every show, I mean, as with every story thus far, they fucking hoe us. They're like, oh, you want this to happen? Guess what? Fuck you. And all your feelings and whatever you thought was gonna happen, psych, that's the wrong number. Because we're not gonna make that happen. And I was like, okay, bet. And proceeded to get crushed again by this episode. So yeah, it's been a very great anime thus far. Very enjoyable to watch. Obviously Novak's gonna find out eventually, right? Maybe he might see, like, you know, there's like, hold on, let me see her hair. No, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, because we didn't see how her face looked. We didn't see if it was blown up completely, like the scene out of The Boys, or there's something left. And then maybe he'll cry himself to sleep afterwards, and or maybe he'll kill himself. I don't know, but maybe not. Probably not. Novak is really pretty strong-willed to have not like done that after all these years, because yeah, I think a lot of people would in that situation, unfortunately. You know, seeing their daughter allegedly die, and then 35 later you discover that she was alive, but she was actually the one that, you know, you were chasing after, and you could have kind of stopped it from happening. So yeah, regardless, you know, Yolanta, she stood on business as well. She stood by her convictions. She stood true to herself. Fuck, man, shout out to her, bro. She carried on the will of Oxy and Badeni and all her predecessors. And she said that history is an extension of God's will, which, you know, the show be dropping bars all the time. The show be dropping like interesting philosophical bars all the time, and it makes sure that the show really makes you think all the time. You know, I literally said I didn't want to talk about anything, but here I am literally discussing everything for like 10 minutes after the episode. Crazy. But that just proves how good this show is. You know, I'm an Orb Glazer. I love it. What else, man? Also, I wonder what the hell is the letter gonna do? Like, where's she mailing the letter to? I've been wondering about that. Where is she gonna mail the letter to? Is she gonna mail it to like the barn or like the church in her hometown? Maybe to Gradowski? Is that his name? I always say it wrong. Gradowski, I think his name is. Is she gonna mail it to him? Because, you know, Badeni, you know, we'd never really seen what he's kind of been doing all these years, but we know that Gradowski's kind of been carrying on Badeni's will in his own way, kind of been on the same path as Yolanta. So maybe that's where she's sending it to. Who knows? Maybe to the, you know, the little ass barn that they were working in, where Badeni and Oxy were working, where Oxy was writing his book, Badeni was doing his research. Maybe. But we'll see. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also consider checking out the Patreon, where you can get full uncut access reactions to anime openings, endings, anime, and eventually TV shows and movies. Right now we only have one look back, so make sure to check that out. Also leave your thoughts for sure about this episode, about the show as a whole thus far, about, you know, your favorite characters, your favorite moments. What's your favorite moment in the show this far? How do you feel about this whole development, and what was your reaction to, you know, this episode, and, you know, Yolanta? Boom. Why did I say that? Yeah, just let me know, and I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep.